This is part 3 of fixing the Honda Aquatrax. I just got this in the mail today. So all the clamps, all the bolts, and the rubber coupler for the exhaust. So stay here so you can see how it sounds at the end. First we gotta take all the plastics off, which I already took the first one. You can have access to the back. And the one thing they do recommend is that you spray the old gaskets. We're gonna reuse it, just one of them. So you respray it with this, the copper spray gasket. So we're just gonna pick whichever is better from these two, which I think will be this one. Respray it and then put it right back on there. Just gonna give it a good little bit of a clean up before I put it on there. So what I've done here is that I cleaned the surface of the face of the exhaust manifold, and then I put the rubber coupler with the metal clamp already on there. So we're just gonna dry fit everything, get that bolted up, and then we'll come back here and tighten everything up. Once you're done spraying the gasket, it should look like that. This is the original, how it looked before. It should look like that. Let it sit for a couple minutes, it'll dry up, and then you can put it back on there. So once you have all these 4 bolts tightened, you want to come back here to the rubber coupler and tighten the back one first, make sure it's all the way in, and then come back to this one and tighten that one. You might want to use one of these little wrenches to be able to reach back there and crank it and get a good bite on it. But after that, that should be it. Should be installed, and you can go ahead and start it up. But when you have this setup, you can only run it outside the water or without a hose for maybe 5 to 10 seconds. So we're gonna hook up the hose and see what happens. Another thing you shouldn't forget is that when you take the stock exhaust off, you have this little hose that's supposed to cool it down. Make sure you plug that. All right, our hose is hooked up. Not on yet. You always turn on the jet ski before you turn on the hose, but we're all ready for the first startup. So I'm gonna set you guys up there and see how she sounds. Just like that, is ready for the first test ride. So stay tuned for that one.